Notice the psychopathic smiles of these people as they laugh, as their own military generals call for the death of white farmers.
Must never be scared to kill.
This is the face of Satan, and this is the face of the left, believing you are superior to reality so that you don't have to adhere to it. And therefore, when someone confronts you and tells you, hey, this is reality, they laugh because, what do you think this is? I never cared about reality in the first place. The reason I say the things I say has nothing to do with reality, and yet you bring forth this standard to me? Who do you think you are? Who do you think I am? I'm better than you. This is their mentality.
A revolution demands that at some point there must be killing, because the killing is part of a revolutionary act.
Literally playing a clip of his military general saying there must be killing because it's part of a revolutionary act.
Shoot to kill, Yamaza, kill the poor, the farmer,
The laughing, the smiling.
kill the poor, the farmer, pa, 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 Yamaza, kill the poor, the farmer.
Sounds like some sort of animal. It's actually kind of scary.
Kill the poor, the farmer.
This is what owning the left does. You play to their faces, proving how they're wrong, and they smirk, revealing their psychopathy at the end, admitting that they've been playing a fraudulent game the entire time. You thought that they would play to the same rules of logic, reason, rationality, that they would make effort to adhere to truth. But when they're proven wrong, when they're broken intellectually, in that moment they reveal, no, I'm just going to smirk at you because I don't believe in truth. You're using logic. I don't believe logic exists. This entire time you thought I was trying to make sense and exist in a moral framework. I believe I'm better than you. Therefore, I don't have to make sense of the world or take responsibility for truth. That's Marxism. Yes, guys, I am back. I've recorded several videos, going to release them soon. I've been preoccupied with a lot, preparing for a lot that I can't yet talk about. I soon will be able to talk about it, probably in another week or so. The president of South Africa denies that there's a white genocide, and so Trump in the Oval Office plays a video, them chanting to kill white people, praising violence to white people. And then I'm going to show you this clip where Elon Musk confronts a fake woke mind virus freak, employed, of course, by some mainstream news media, who refuses to acknowledge that racism is bad and refuses to acknowledge that a genocide is going on. So actually, I'll play this video first.
Let's think about Starlink. Starlink is obviously a very, very good internet service. It's sought after all over the world. It's critical to the front line in Ukraine.
Oh, since when? I thought the left said that it's some sort of oppressive mechanism.
It has also had more contracts coming its way, and there is some evidence that companies are allowing access to it because they want to be close to the Trump administration and send the right signal. So Bloomberg broke news.
Delusional. But of course, they are obsessed over identity. I want to emphasize this. To the left, it is only about identity.
Today that the South
This
African
is the reason why they lost.
government is working around the rules on black ownership in order to allow Starlink in, and that is being done on the
Why are they working around black ownership? It should just be about ownership. Again, they obsess over race.
eve.
This is how it translates into genocide. They obsess over race, just like the Nazis did in Germany in the 1940s. And then when it happens, because it's a Marxist movement, they say it's not happening. We're living among people who are literal Nazis. And what's crazy is they accuse us of that. But they are actually the ones who are denying a genocide when it's happening.
Of the visit that President Ramaphosa is going to make to the White House. Do you recognize that as a conflict?
So this total inversion in fake morality, it doesn't go anywhere. And it's funny that they even try it after what we've done to them.
Interest.
No, of course not. First of all, you should be questioning why are there racist laws in South Africa? That's the first problem.
Right, obviously.
That's what you should be attacking. It's improper for there to be racist laws in South Africa. The whole idea with what Nelson Mandela, who was a great man, proposed was that all races should be on an equal footing in South Africa. That's the right thing to do, not to replace one set of racist laws with another set of racist laws, which is utterly wrong and improper.
The left defends open racism. This is clear. It's been obvious for decades, literal decades. They were the party that founded the KKK. They were the party that opposed ending Jim Crow. And now they're the party that says you should be hired and you should have your future determined based on your skin color. You should receive special treatment based on your skin color. And then when asked to condemn racism and genocide, they can't. These are the type of people that would have been complicit in Germany in the 1940s.
That's the deal, that all races should be treated equally, and there should be no preference given to one or the other. whereas there are now 140 laws in South Africa that give that basically give strong preference to if you're a black South African, and not otherwise. And so now I'm in this absurd situation where I was born in South Africa but cannot get a license to operate in Starlink because I'm not black.
So it's actually the opposite of what she just said. She alleged that Starlink has some sort of privileged position, but in fact, they're being discriminated against because Elon Musk is not black.
Well, it looks
Does
like
that
that's
seem
about.
right
Look,
to
it
you?
looks
Does
like
that
that.
seem right to you?
Looks like that's.
Asking the ideologically captured woman who is just a husk for the Matrix to say if racism is right or wrong, and she can't do it. So this is exactly how we own them. We embarrass them by proving their separation, by demonstrating their divorce with objective morality.
It's about to change.
I just asked you a question. Please answer. Does that seem right to you?
Well, those rules were designed to
Does that seem
bring
right to you, yes or no?
those rules.
So this utterly incompetent woman is now trying to defend racism.
Were designed to bring about an era of more economic
This is the left.
equality.
So notice to what the left is saying here. We made these racist laws so that we could have economic equality, so that we could have these good outcomes, basically saying we're doing it for a good reason. We're discriminating against people and we're the good guys. We're committing racism, but don't worry, it's because we're good. It's because we're virtuous. This is the inversion of morality that the left commits because they're Marxists.
South Africa, and it looks like.
And her tone is as if she's educating Elon Musk about why it's good to be racist. This is how narcissistic and detached from reality the left has become.
The government has found a way around those rules for you.
I asked you a question.
This is your interview. Everyone wants.
So what's happening here is an incompetent woman doesn't realize that Elon Musk can do whatever he wants. Also, what's happening here is the most competent man on earth is owning using logic, morality, and systems of mental coherence to demonstrate the incompetence and ideological capture of a female. So the left will play some sort of victimhood identitarianism here by saying Elon Musk as a man is oppressing her because he's making her adhere to reality, and when she refuses to, he's causing oppression to her by causing everyone to judge her by bringing attention to this. He posted this video on X, of course. So it's funny that this woman thought that she's the one in control of this when with a single click on his phone by posting the post on X, Elon Musk was able to reach tens of millions of people an hour and own this female. She's probably, this clip right here of her not condemning racism is going to be the most viewed moment of her entire career by far, by orders of magnitude, by tens and tens and tens of millions of views. And it's because she couldn't condemn racism. But interestingly, she couldn't condemn racism in exactly the same way as the president in South Africa couldn't condemn the genocide.
Wants to hear from you.
Ask you a question. Yes or no?
Not
Racist
for me.
laws, yes or no?
Not for me
Racist laws, yes or no?
to answer. I have.
And she says it's not for me to answer. If this was turned around, first of all, this woman should be fired. If we were living in a world where morality reigns supreme in business, if we lived in a world that the left actually pretends to foster, then this woman would be out of a job instantly. Imagine if, let's say, someone at Fox News couldn't say if racist laws were good or bad against black people. That person would be fired. Or if someone at CNN did the same thing, that person would be called. There'd be calls that person be fired. But this woman believes she's good while defending racism. This is who the left is, and it's because Marxism detests notions of objective parameters, which include morality. They also deny the existence of the individual, technically speaking. When you understand the philosophy of Marxism, you understand that they deny the existence of the individual, meaning there can be no individual responsibility for society, no individual burden to adhere to morality. There is no free speech because individuals don't exist, so there's no need for individuals to have the right to free speech. And in this ideological adherence to the left, there is a narcissism, which is clear and undeniable. So here it is. Another narcissistic, interestingly, female reporter, another female, defending genocide, denying objective morality, asking a question of what would it take for you to be a part of the right club and deny genocide with us, is what she's asking here.
What would it take for you to be convinced that there's no white genocide in South Africa?
Well, I can answer that for President. It's for him. No, seriously.
I'd rather have him answer.
Yeah, I'd rather answer that. It will be.
She gets immediately owned.
The president will respond to you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Mr. President.
It will take President Trump listening to the voices of
So this is where it gets ironic, because he says listening.
South Africans, some of whom are his good friends, like those who are here.
They're disrespecting him in the Oval Office, acting as if he is some sort of fool for standing up for morality.
When we have talks between us on the around a quiet table, it will take President Trump to listen to them.
This is an aspect to the left which has been stable for a very long time, meaning that it's always been there. They believe that they can tell you it's raining as they piss on your leg because they believe they're superior to you. They believe they have no personal duty to take responsibility for the objective world. In fact, objective truth is oppressive. So they don't need to care about what the objective truth is. They can just say whatever they want. And in the Marxist regime of South Africa, this president is very practiced that. He doesn't care what the truth is when he gets reports on his desk, weekly or monthly or whatever. He doesn't care what the actual reality of the situation is. It's only about what the cult is fostered by. And this is the reason the Soviet Union fell, is because they denied reality for so long in so many ways that eventually it just collapsed one day. The entire regime fell to pieces because it was built on a trillion different lies. And this is exactly the way the left operates.
I'm not going to be repeating what I've been saying.
Pay attention to him saying the president needs to listen. This is going to be interesting.
I would say if there was Afrikaner farmer genocide, I can bet you these three gentlemen would not be here, including my Minister of Agriculture. He would not be with me. So it'll take...
What are you talking about? In Marxism, what determines your protective status, what determines if you're safe or not, is if you're a part of the right team. So if you just say, oh yeah, I'm a part of your Marxist team, the whites are the bad guys, yeah, they are oppressing you, yeah, you should take their land, like they're doing in South Africa, then you're protected. This is how it works. They're identitarian. But they're committing genocide, and it's really awful.
Him, President Trump, listening to their stories, to their perspective. That is the answer to your question.
But, Mr. President, I must say that we have, wait. We have thousands of stories talking about it. Sure. And we have documentaries, we have news stories, and that. Is Natalie here, somebody here to...
We wrestle not with flesh and blood, but with powers of darkness. And you can tell that it's Satan versus humanity here, because only Satan could deny genocide.
Turn that. I could show you a couple of things, and it has to be responded to.
Yeah, sure.
Defeating Satan in the Oval Office.
Let me see the articles, please, if you would, and turn the lights down. Turn the lights down, and just put this on. It's right behind you.
The president tries to laugh, but that doesn't get him very far in a moment.
Johan.
There's nothing this parliament can do. With or without you, people are going to occupy land. We require no permission.
So Donald Trump is now playing a video of military leaders in South Africa calling for the death of white farmers. And he's playing this video in the Oval Office in front of the president after he just said that it's not happening. He's playing the footage of his own military generals doing this.
From you, from the president, from no one.
President Trump tells him to be quiet. You're in my house.
We don't care. We can do whatever you want to do. Who are you to tell us whether we can occupy land or not? We are going to occupy land. Yeah. South Africa occupy land. That's who we are. We don't care what to do. We can withdraw my membership.
Notice the psychopathic smiles of these people as they laugh, as their own military generals call for the death of white farmers.
This is useless parliament. Yes, honorable member. Must never be scared to kill.
This is the face of Satan, and this is the face of the left, believing you are superior to reality so that you don't have to adhere to it. And therefore, when someone confronts you and tells you, hey, this is reality, they laugh because, what do you think this is? I never cared about reality in the first place. The reason I say the things I say has nothing to do with reality, and yet you bring forth this standard to me? Who do you think you are? Who do you think I am? I'm better than you. This is their mentality.
A revolution demands that at some point there must be killing, because the killing is part of a revolutionary act.
Literally playing a clip of his military generals saying there must be killing because it's part of a revolutionary act.
Shoot to kill the mother, kill the poor, the farmer.
The laughing, the smiling.
Kill the poor, the farmer.
It gets uncomfortable now, doesn't it, as our military general is saying shoot to kill.
Pa, 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 to kill the mother. the farmer, kill the poor, the farmer. The mayor of DA in PE is a white man. So these people, when you want to hit them hard, go after a white man. They feel a terrible pain because you have touched a white man.
You hear that?
Not because Pajama and Soli will not be touched. They will
Kill the white man is what they said.
be touched, no one. But we are starting with this whiteness. We are cutting the throat of whiteness. Shoot, kill.
Cut the throat.
No man, sir. Kill the poor, the farmer.
Sounds like some sort of animal. It's actually kind of scary.
Kill the poor, the farmer. Bah, bah, bah. Shoot to kill. Come on, sir. Kill the
And the roaring of the crowd as they're happy about this chant to kill farmers.
poor.
It's interesting, the communists, Lenin, the Marxists, also deliberately sought out the killing of farmers. As a matter of fact, Lenin wrote in a letter that his goal was actually to deliberately starve 1/3 of farmers. Marxism, communism, the ideology that inverts reality and goes to war with humanity itself, likes to kill farmers.
Kill the poor, the farmer.
Not as comfortable now, are you? Now that you're hearing this, your own military.
I don't know what's going to happen in the future. I'm saying to you, was not called for the killing of white people, at least for now. I can't guarantee the future.
Wow.
You understand something
At least for now.
watching that, especially as it gets shared on Twitter. They freak out. It sounds like a genocide on Twitter.
I can't take it.
This is what owning the left does. You play to their faces, proving how they're wrong, and they smirk, revealing their psychopathy at the end, admitting that they've been playing a fraudulent game the entire time. You thought that they would play to the same rules of logic, reason, rationality, that they would make effort to adhere to truth. But when they're proven wrong, when they're broken intellectually, in that moment they reveal, no, I'm just going to smirk at you because I don't believe in truth. You're using logic. I don't believe logic exists. This entire time you thought I was trying to make sense and exist in a moral framework. I believe I'm better than you. Therefore, I don't have to make sense of the world or take responsibility for truth. That's Marxism. That's who the left is in America, and that's what you're seeing here from South America. They're a Marxist regime. Marxism is satanic.
Who will expropriate land without compensation, whether they like it or not. If they object, they can seek refugee in America.
Wow. There it is.
Now this is very bad. These are burial sites right here.
And then, as if that's not enough, he's going to show the literal graves of the people who were killed. Let's see if the president smirks. Let's see how the left responds to the literal graves of these people who have been killed.
Burial sites, over 1,000 of white farmers, and those cars are lined up to pay love on a Sunday morning. Each one of those white things you see is a cross, and there's approximately 1,000 of them. They're all white farmers, the family of white farmers. And those cars aren't.
Look how uncomfortable the president is. He's looking at the graves of people who have been slaughtered in his own country, something he denies. It's so barbaric.
Driving.
But you did hear the voice of the person chanting "shoot to kill." It sounded like an animal.
They're stopped there to pay respects to their family member who was killed. And it's a terrible sight. I've never seen anything like it. Both sides of the road, you have crosses. Those people were all killed.
Have they told you where that is, Mr. President? No, I'd like to know where that is, because this I've never seen. I don't. Okay.
I mean, it's in South Africa. That's where.
We need to find out.
Yeah, obviously it's in South Africa, but doesn't surprise me, like I said earlier, that he hasn't seen that. He might even be telling the truth that he hasn't seen that, because again, Marxists don't concern themselves with the truth.
Those people.
Okay.
Mr. President, the Pentagon announced that it would be accepting.
Incredible. The left is openly immoral. If you look at some of the replies to this post, which has gone viral, obviously, you see leftists celebrating genocide, denying genocide, and some of them disagree with each other. Some of them are denying it, and some of them are celebrating it. Some of them are gleefully celebrating it. But they're very angry, either way, that you're seeing them for what they are. Guys, I appreciate you watching. More videos to come probably in the next week. Not every single day, but you'll understand why soon. I appreciate all of you.